What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the Content Marketing Hacks podcast. My name is Ashraf. Thank you so much for being here today. So this episode is a little bit different because it's not about content marketing. It's about, drum roll please, doom, 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 my first virtual summit. Yeah. Okay. I actually built a virtual summit. Okay. I'm building a virtual summit and it's called Podcast for Profits. And it's a masterclass series about how to turn your podcast into a cash generating machine. So I want to talk about why and how I came up with that, right? So it's actually a funny story. It started with a funny story, and I really hope you laugh at it when I tell this story. Okay, get ready to laugh. So for the past few months, I've been talking about how I create content on Facebook about podcasting, just to build an audience and get clients, right? So, and then I thought, you know what? This Facebook organic marketing is a bit slow to get leads and clients, right? And I want it fast. I want it to build my visibility fast. I want to build audience fast, okay? Because the usual way that I did was I have to go to other Facebook groups. I need to create content in that group, and then I build my own group, create content in there, and I also need to publish some content on my profile. Like, it's a lot of work, right? And it takes time, though. It takes time to create content, to build audience, and yeah, it actually takes time. So I need to find a way to make it fast, right? I mean, it's a good process, but it's so slow. So I thought, what if I speak at a virtual summit? Okay, I mean, that way I can get more exposure, right? I can get more visibility, right? So I went to several groups to find a summit where I can speak, right? I found a few of them, and I sent my application, my speaking application. I sent it to them, and then I waited for their response, but none of them responded. I was like, okay, this is weird. So I searched for another summit and sent my application, and still no response. So I became really frustrated that they didn't choose me. I mean, the summits that I chose were all the right fit for me, and the topic that I gave was the one they were looking for, right? Like, some of the summits were looking for podcasting, some of the summits were looking for content marketing. So I applied to that kind of summit. So I'm not sure why they didn't pick me, even though I chose the topic that they really are looking for. So after several attempts, I thought, okay, what if, right? What if I build my own virtual summit? Damn. So that's where the idea came from. Okay, I literally thought, what if I build my own virtual summit? And that way I can get way more exposure and visibility, because I get to sit down and talk with the experts one-on-one, and I can build relationship with them too, right? Dream 100, baby, right? So yeah, that's kind of my revenge story. Okay, you don't want me to speak at your summit? All right, fine. I'm gonna build my own summit. How about that, huh? All right. So since then, I started learning everything about the summit, from creating it to launching it. Okay, I literally learned a lot of things. I downloaded ebooks, watched some videos on YouTube, read blogs. I also managed to get some consultation calls with some people that have done the summit, and I really appreciate them for giving me some ideas and helping me to move forward. And some of them are Rachel Boardman and Daniel Stanzus. Thank you for the help. I really appreciate your help. Okay. And hopefully they listen to this episode, okay? So the summit that I wanted to do was about podcast monetization, like how to make money with podcasting, right? So I thought, okay, that was the niche that I thought that I really see this one really helps the most, because a lot of people, if you go to any podcasting group, you see that, you see that a lot of posts that talk about how to make money from podcasting, or any other post that ask people what do you need the help most. A lot of times people comment, say something like, I need help with marketing, I need help with monetization, right? So I thought, okay, maybe that's the kind of summit that I want to talk to and that I want to talk about. So yeah, I mean, it doesn't necessarily to be a summit. It's just I want to make a summit based on just to help them solve the marketing problem, the monetization problem, right? So that was my idea, okay? So I came up with a few names, okay? And one name that really stood out for me was podcast for profit, right? I think it's catchy. There's a word podcast and profit in there. So I believe people would know that this summit is about how to make money, how to make profit from a podcast, right? Yeah, it's the same thing, how to make money or how to make profit. Basically, how to monetize a podcast, okay? So I started to write something on Google Doc and Excel sheets, okay? On Google Doc, I don't know if you call it Google Doc or Word document, but personally, I would call it Word document, okay? Word document is like Microsoft Word, but it's on Google, okay? But anyway, on Google Doc or Word document, I wrote everything about summit structure, like how to do the upsell, how to do the pitch, how to do all that, right? And on the Excel sheet, I wrote the experts' names that I want to have on the summit. I managed to find 60 names, 60 experts, okay, 60, and that alone was pretty hard. I am not kidding when I say it's pretty hard to get all those 60 people. I cannot believe how people managed to get more than that, right? So finding the right people is actually pretty hard and time consuming. And then since I had to send message to all these people, I know that this will really exhaust me. This will tire me out. So I decided to hire an email manager, okay? So I got one, and he's a friend of mine. So it's pretty cool to have him work together with me. And since I already have a system built out beforehand, it's pretty easy for us to do everything correctly, right? I mean, I'm doing the funnel, the interview, the editing, while the email manager, does the reaching out, emailing people, sending reminders, and everything about email, okay? He takes care of all of it, okay? And sometimes we deal with speakers that say yes at first, and then when we follow up to book the date, they didn't reply. They didn't reply to that email. And even after 7 replies, can you imagine that? Like the first email we sent, we got reply, and then another email we didn't get one, and then another 7 emails, they didn't even reply to that. I was like, what happened to them? what exactly happened to them, right? So I mean, sure, they are busy, I know that, but at least just say no, I'm not interested anymore, okay? It literally takes 2 seconds to write that word, okay? I personally, I hate that behavior, okay? I don't hate them, I just hate that one behavior. I mean, the kind of behavior that reply and then goes after that. I was like, dude, okay, you really have to be really mentally strong to deal with this, okay? So in the end, we successfully got 14 speakers to book the date. Okay, 14 speakers to book the date. We actually got a lot of people say yes at first, but we managed to get 14 out of all the people that say yes, and out of 60 we got 14, okay? So that's actually a pretty good number considering some of them we haven't met yet, and they just got cold outreach from me saying, hey, I have a summit about podcasting, I'd love to invite you to be a speaker, you want to in, right? So I just sent that kind of email or messenger to them, and some of them said yes, and some of them actually booked the date even though we never know each other, right? So that's pretty cool, okay? And I actually thought about building a relationship first and then ask them to get on the summit after that, but I kind of skipped that step. So anyway, here I am right now, okay? So since this is my first virtual summit, I believe I have missed a few steps along the way. And when I look back, I thought, oh my god, I should have done that first. Oh, I should have finished that first, right? There's a lot of things that I miss. And I mean, that's okay because I'm learning. I'm still learning. So I can improve it on the second summit if I want to do another one, okay? So I gotta say, it's a lot of work. Every task is easy, but it's just that it's a lot of work, a lot of easy work. And the preparation of the summit is 2 months. Not that long actually, 2 months, right? But sometimes I kind of feel burnt out, but I still manage to stay consistent. So this is kind of behind the scene of what's really happening when you are building a virtual summit, okay? There's a lot more into that, but there are more things to share about the summit, like what exactly happened when emailing them, right? But I guess this is enough to give you a clear picture on how it exactly works, right? But you need to remember that we only have 2 people that work on this. So if you have a team of 4 or 5, then I guess it can be done faster and easier. So if you want to build a summit, you need to have a strong mindset first. Okay, that's the number one thing you need to have, because it's a long process, a lot of work, and you will get a lot of no, get a lot of rejection, ignore. Okay, and then after that you need to build a system in place and then hire people. Okay, so that's kind of like the main takeaways of this episode. So, and another thing I want to tell you is that my summit, the virtual summit that I'm creating, we have a prompt. We have a prompt that we give to each speaker. So the prompt is, you suddenly lost everything. You lost your followers, you lost your downloads, JV partners, your big name, but you only have internet connection and a podcast. You have bills to pay and people keep calling you to pay them. Now, if you have 60 days to plan out your podcast to make some cash, what would it be? So that's the hypothetical situation I give to them. I literally ask them that. And it's kind of like a game where your character is in that situation, right? So this is a question that I gave them. And if you want to find out how these top podcasters plan out their podcast for profit in 60 days, you can go to podcastforprofitsummit.com to get a free ticket to the summit. Again, that's podcastforprofitsummit.com to get your ticket, okay? So grab the ticket now and find out what their plan is. It's really awesome. I can guarantee you that. It's a lot of actionable steps that you can do, okay? So grab it now. Alright, thanks for listening, and always remember that do not be a content creator, but be a content marketer, because that's how you make money. If you want to get people to buy your offer, no matter how much it costs, keep listening. The reason why entrepreneurs could not sell their offer is because they target the wrong customer. And even if they get it right, they still don't know how to sell it, right? So I put together an ebook. It shows you a step-by-step process on how to target the right customer, create a sales message to attract them, and get them to buy your stuff. Amazing, right? So if this is something you're looking for, you can grab it at bit.ly/perfect client ebook. Again, that's bit.ly/perfect client ebook. And if you don't know spelling, the link is in the description below. Grab it now.